Welcome back, guys, to another MTGO Modern League with me, Magix, and today we are going to run a blue-white control list and see how the deck will fare in the modern metagame compared to the Sultai version from yesterday. Let's go!
Push the goddamn button!
You heard what she said.
Alright, as always, a quick deck tech. So, as you probably know by now, Stoneforge Mystic and I are not best friends. The little girl is always feisty to me and decides to not that she will not go to work, and instead we always draw the Better Skull and the Sword in our first few draws or have it in our opening hand. So I'm not skilled enough to handle the babe, so I opt for another spicy list here with Frantic Inventory. So how this works is that for 2 mana instant we just cycle it. Kind of, right? We draw a card, but any inventory we draw after the first one then checks if another one is in the bin, and if yes, we draw an additional card. So the first one draws 1, ideally the second one draws 2, 3, and then later 4. Yeah, and the draw 4 for 2 mana at instant speed is pretty decent. So I want to give that a shot. What else? We have our typical blue-white core with big bro Teferi here, the fam that everyone hates. Yeah, your typical Force of Negations, Archmage charms. We have our Cryptics, our Jaces, and Supreme Verdicts, as well as our hero of Dominaria. And in this list, I decided to try out Shark Typhoon as our finisher, alongside a Hall of Heliod's Generosity. So Shark Typhoon is nice because, yeah, for 2 mana, it kind of is just a cycle, right? But for every other mana that is available, we can create an uncounterable flying shark token. So it scales with our mana whenever there is, yeah, nothing to do on the end step. We can cycle the Shark Typhoon here and create it, and later on in the game, we can put it back on top because it's better than instead of an random draw, right? So we put the Shark Typhoon back on top, just past the turn, and either we cycle it and create a shark, or we just hardcast it later on, and then every spell from there on out that we cast will create more tokens. We only have 3 creatures in the deck, so it is very likely to draw spells, and therefore I think it's a good finisher. It also doesn't lead us to tap out, so besides 3 mana Teferi and the other 3 planeswalkers here, we really never tap out. That is something I like. Instead of the 4th opt, I run 1 Oust because I fear the burn and prowess decks, maybe as well as humans. So I think that the 5th spot removal for 1 mana has some value, though I could be wrong. I don't know. Didn't play Modern for quite some while. Besides, yeah, the mana base is all focused on Mystic Sanctuary, as always, one of the strongest things you can do when running blue. Kind of a fetchable mystical tutor for what you already have played out. Also pretty nice with the Frantic Inventory, right? Like you have played a few copies already. Maybe after the second one, then we have the third one, which is an instant speed ancestral, and then you put it back on top and draw 3 more. That should be pretty good. Other decks run Fact or Fiction, but I think we don't get enough value out of it without Uro in the deck, so that Frantic Inventory should be a little bit better, also because it can be used early on. Yeah, the curve is pretty nice. The only thing really missing is probably Uro and Icefang, but yeah. No Astrolabe, no fun. Then in the sideboard, just the usual Aether Gust with Ashiok. In combination, they deal with the Primeval Titan decks. Ashiok is also nice as interaction against graveyards. It's also okay, I guess, against Stoneforge Mystic. Rest in Peace to complement the graveyard interaction in case we face Dredge. I don't think I want Rest in Peace in any other matchups, unless we really face a deck that goes heavy into Uro as its win condition, because then we can cut maybe snaps or what have you. Inventory just cycles, so it's okay, and we can still finish with the Planeswalkers and or Shark Typhoon, so I have to decide that. Then I decided to run one additional Mystical Dispute for the kind of mirrors, just to have an additional answer against the 3-mana Teferi. Instead of the second dispute, I want to try out Flusterstorm. This is a card that, in my theory, should be good against Whale of Summer decks. Maybe like Death Shadow that we faced 2 times yesterday, but also banned versions or what have you. One of the most efficient ways to deal with Whale of Summer. And it can also be used as a kind of Whale of Summer to fight your Teferi through. So I think it's a little bit better than Dispel. Maybe we run into the random Storm deck, but yeah, I just want to try it out. Could also be an Ceremonious Rejection. Then we run to Celestial Purge, additional removal against Burn, Junt, and Ponza. Not sure if you really need 2 copies. I could also see like maybe another 1-mana removal spell, because on the draw with all these 2-mana removal spells, it can be a little bit too clunky against Burn. But besides Burn, where do you want maybe a second Oust or a Condemn? Really, like, I don't know. I think Purge is a little bit more flexible because it can also deal with Blood Moon or yeah, maybe a Chandra or something like that. So maybe Liliana or Croxa. Maybe even Dark Confident, who knows? Ren and 6 and stuff like that. So I'm greedy and go for the 2-mana removal simply because it's more flexible in this slot. Still respecting Burn and Prowess, so I play 2 Timely Reinforcements, and then I run 2 Baneslayer here experimentally because I really respect Ponza, and I think that Baneslayer is a card that should improve this matchup simply because it will be uncontested in combat in this matchup. It really buffers our life total and can pressure the Planeswalkers. As well, that it can't die against Glorybringer. Like, you could make the argument that 1 Baneslayer, 1 Lyra would be better, but Lyra can actually be dealt with the exert of the Glorybringer and then in combination with a Stomp and or Lightning Bolt, so that's not as easy doable with Baneslayer. Then they need exactly 2 bowls or the Stomp plus Bolt, right? So it's already then also 2 for 1 that also nets you 5 life. So it's okay. I think the protection from Dragon right now is more important than the occasional +1/+1 buff in case you have both on the battlefield with Lyra, the cast down protection, or in case you play against humans for several images, right? Because Lyra is legendary, they can only copy it once with an image, whereas they can make multiple Baneslayer copies if they have multiple images. Anyways, so I can see, yeah, maybe even 1 Timely. Like, these are probably the flex slots. This could be another Mystical, but it is probably in other blue counters, so I think these 4 are the flex slots. You can fill it in with Ceremonious Rejections, maybe more Mass Removal, Spot Removal, maybe Monastery Mentor. What else have I seen? Vendilion Clicks. Some lists are running more Wall of Omens and Restoration Angels. Then Lyra makes a little bit more sense. Could be anything. I'm unsure how the meta really is. Right now, you see everything in the 5-0 dumps as well as in the champions. A lot of Stoneforge decks, so I'm eager to see how this will play out. So I think without further talking, let's jump into the first match. Alright, here we go. First match on the play. No land. Instant mulligan, always when I play a new deck. but with the Frantic Inventories we can maybe make up for that. If we play against an Ethervial deck, then keeping the counters isn't the best, but then I want the Supreme Verdict probably, but I think in the dark I bin the Supreme Verdict and lean on my counter magic here. Keeping the Teferi because it's good most of the times. Do we have to opt on one? Like, probably with the logic knot the answer is yes. So let's lead on basic island and maybe find the next land drop here. And then we can decide if we need the logic knot or yes or no. Playing against Etnos, so I'm glad that we binned our how's it called? We binned our Supreme Verdict. On the bright side, Teferi is pretty strong in this matchup because it prevents any counter magic from their side and they can't go off in our end step or at instant speed anymore. So they have to telegraph their combo turns. And we have 2 counters already in hand and I don't care about the life totals really. So we just go for the Teferi Slam on 3. Can hide some information here. Let's play the island. Can Logic Knot for 1 if we have to. Logic Knot can be a little bit awkward with Frantic Inventory in the deck, but that is mostly the only downside. We are careful. I'm not the biggest fan of Mana Leak, and I don't want to run more than 2 for that reason. Alright, they don't play anything. Now, they can still Pact of Negation the Teferi plus Angel's Grace in their turn, but that reduces the odds of them going off. And the nice thing is also that Teferi stops the Lotus Bloom, so let's go. The longer we wait, the more likely it is that they have protection or answers to it. If the Teferi lives, we probably win. Great. Do we down tick here? I don't think so, because it can still bounce an Phyrexian Unlife. So I'm not in a hurry here, and we don't have to draw a card here necessarily, because we still have Force up. Lotus Bloom won't do anything. This means they are far off Etnos mana. They need 6 at least. They can go with Tessa's Oracle, plus with the ability on the stack, they can use the Spoils of the Vault, but then they need still Phyrexian Unlife or Angel's Grace, so... Alright, Spirit Guide, here it comes. They might go for this line that I just described. They want to kill the Teferi, eh? Well, let them discard, I guess. Alright. Then they put charge counters on it. Deals X damage to any target where X is 3 plus the number of charge counters. Then we just force here. Pitch the Logic Knot. Alright. And we put Force back on top. Yes. Draw into it. Ship the turn back. Lotus Bloom will fizzle. Can't cast it. And their upkeep. Because it's no instant. Here is the Unlife. Sorry, drinking a sip from my coffee. I don't think I want to waste my Force here on the Unlife. Like, we can bounce it in a few turns and I still have Force in case they have Oracle plus Spoils of the Vault, or in case they have Land Drop plus Etnos, but right now I don't fear the Unlife. Here we draw Cryptic. Also nice. I hope they just draw Pact of Negations now. Or more Lotus Blooms. So 2 more turns and we can bounce that. Yeah, they have another Unlife, so I guess we just don't care. Let them have their unlives. And we just focus our counters on cards that are actually important. Only one black source means that they can't add Norse here. And here comes the first Frantic Inventory. So now we hold up Cryptic. We still have Force backup, and if nothing happens, we can just start drawing cards. So I think this game is hard to lose, but let's see. Another card that you can consider for the sideboard is probably Dovin's Veto. That's also nice. Maybe due to the Stoneforge decks, you want one Disenchant. Sure. Draw Path to Exile, that is not the best here. The other Force is nice. Right. I will probably just cycle this Cryptic. There, I think that is fine. To draw. Nice. It is a good sequence here. Mystic Sanctuary, put Cryptic back on top. Yes. And Frantic Inventory into it, plus an extra card. Then we draw the Cryptic, and we draw another Frantic Inventory, and then it is not losable anymore. Good stuff. I bring in Flusterstorm because it's very nice to answer their combo turns. Mystical Dispute can be used still against their cheaper counters. What else do we need? Like, Rest in Peace is useless. Ashiok can't stop their can't stop their Spoils of the Vault. They don't have any real search spells. Usually they don't run fetch lands, so I don't think Ashiok is that great. They don't use their graveyard, at least not that I know. If they would see fetch lands and a lot of islands, then it would be okay, because then they probably run Mystic Sanctuary to put Adnos back on top, but didn't see that. Timely is not useful. Aether Gust, they don't have usually red or green spells. Like, sure, they have Spirit Guides and Lightning Storm, but usually it's too late when they cast it, and the only green spell that I see from time to time is Whale of Summer, so it might be too narrow. Then again, we probably don't need Supreme Verdict. Baneslayer, don't have to tap out. We have enough pressure at instant speed. Celestial Purge. Again, no black or red permanents really, besides they hardcast and Spirit Guide. I know that sometimes they ran in the sideboard a creature package with maybe Grave Titan and stuff like that, but I don't expect them to do this game, so might as well board into Aether Gust simply to fight Whale of Summer, I guess. If nothing else, we can pitch them. Let's go. Try to drop our Time Ravelers again. Keep in a few Path to Exiles, maybe for the Oracle. I'm not sure. Maybe we can just ramp ourselves with a Shark token. We have the Time Raveler, we have a Force, we have a Flusterstorm, and a Logic Knot. It does not get better than this. Maybe a Dovin's Veto, but okay. That is a reason to bring in Graveyard Interaction. I guess it's not the worst, because we can bounce it later with Teferi. Right. So our goal is to drop Teferi again. They pitched a Spirit Guide for that, and they have not a lot of cards in hand, so we still have some time before the Jace becomes really good. Echoing Truth. Okay, that is a good answer for Teferi, though. Spoils of the Vault. They could die here. But they might go for a Pact or something. So let's run out the Flusterstorm. Like, let's get the value here. They might just want to fill their bin, but nice thing is also that they can't really Pact Flusterstorm. Makes it so good in this matchup, and it's still fine to use it with Snapcaster Mage later. Right. Fetch out another island, and then we go for the Teferi on 3. Sure. They're missing land drops, so they were probably searching for lands or whatnot. Serum Visions. You know what? Let's be greedy here. Let's counter the Serum Visions and prevent them from making land drops. Might want to pitch a Spirit Guide. So let's make sure. This is greedy, but let's see if it works. Nice, it worked. Go away. Now if they don't find another land drop, they can't recast it. Another spoils. Alright. Good force here, but I think now it's fine. Keep the force for later. They have named the temple, if I'm not mistaken. Names Temple of Deceit. Alright, okay. Now we have the Field of Ruins, so it might be awkward for them here, but they bottom anyways. Alright. Shark Typhoon is very nice. So I would like to put the Flusterstorm actually back in my hand. But for now we can just chip the turn with Cryptic up. Probably activate Field of Ruin if nothing happens here. Just to attack their mana base. Tessa's Oracle. Make the greedy play again. Stop their mana advancement here. Bottom. Alright. Comes the first inventory. Do we want the Cryptic now? Like, they're so light on stuff. Do we want the Cryptic now? If we put the Cryptic back on top, we can cast Inventory, but only have 3 mana up. If we put the Logic Knot back on top, we can counter for 2. But then we don't draw a card later, and we can still bounce the Jace. Like, doesn't have a lot of targets here right now. Yeah, I think I put the Cryptic back on top. Do we use Field of Ruin before? If we do that, then we can't use Force Hardcast. Yeah, I refrain from that. Don't have to use the Field of Ruin here. Our mana is good. Everything we need. They are so slow in this game that we still have more time. Also create Shark Token for pressure. Just Jace again, it's fine. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can actually hardcast the Shark Typhoon. Get the Jace this way. Don't think they can kill us, so also leave up Cryptic though. We don't have to move, like, not too afraid of this Jace here right now. They still need more mana. Still have Cryptic to bounce it. Like, so many ways here to deal with it. Right, they use Serum Visions. That's fine. Now we can also use a Shark to kill it. Like, don't even have to deal with it. Sure, they get the Serum Visions out of it, but I don't think that is something that decides the game here. Like this, if we protect this Teferi, I don't think we can ever lose. Top, right? Pentaprism. Sure. Unless they run Abrupt Decay or something like that. Even then, yeah, we can still bounce the Teferi and redeploy it. Return target permanent, draw a card. Thing we didn't tap out. Mana leak, that is still fine here. See how many pacts they have. None. Ship the turn back. See if they have another Abrupt Decay, but they need green mana for it. Sure. So now we have to attack the Jace because else they get to Abrupt Decay the Teferi again. So let's cycle it for now. Archmage Charm, nice. This prevents the decay. As for now. This can be another Cryptic Command. So they shrink the Shark, but that's fine. These. Don't like that. Four cards still in hand. Alright. Get rid of their green source here. Grab another island. Fetch Mystic Sanctuary. The Cryptic back on top. Draw two. Right. Draw an Aether Gust. Airship the turn back. Now we can bounce the Jace back next turn. Can also prevent an abrupt decay, so we found another use for our Aether Gust here. Yep, and then they concede. Alright. There comes the finisher. Yeah. Nice first game. Let's go to the second one. Round 2, here we go. Again on the play. Playing against a Sky Piercer deck, so it's probably a Ponza version or something. So Spell Snare isn't looking that good, but I think you can't mulligan this hand. Can still pitch it to Force. Let's play this without taking damage here. Oh, okay, something else. Didn't expect a Blister Coil weird. Alright. Probably taking some damage here, and Archmage's Charm not playable with Field of Ruin. Hopefully we draw an island or something like that. And Spell Snare the bigger threat. Of course we don't draw one. Wow, that escalated quickly. Probably one of our worst matchups game 1 because we have so few spot removals. Need an island for the Archmage's Charm, but I want to plan for Supreme Verdict, so it's awkward. Yeah. The rub-ins. Another Archmage's Charm. Ahaha! Would you look at that? Now we can steal one of their 1-mana creatures. Let's play something pre-combat. Don't. Alright, then we have to tap low here. This was a 1-1. One of the others become bigger too, so let's take the Soul Scar. Then again, if we bounce something with a Jace later, this one doesn't have haste, so let's pick the Swift Spear, I guess. This one also doesn't have haste, so pick the creature with haste. That's at least why Archmage's Charm is good. If you can also use it against these low to the ground decks. Hallowed Arch, sure. Do I actually force that? Probably not. It's an prowess enabler, but let's keep the force for. Okay, I think them going down the land here is then fine for us. Because I really want to block here. This gives us a prowess trigger, so it becomes one bigger in case they have something else here. At least they sacked the mountain. I hope that was some value for us. Okay. Still gaining 4 here with my Archmage's Charm is fine, I guess. Next turn we steal the next creature, and then I hope that the Jace can pull us out of this mess. Now we steal the Soulscar Mage. Yeah, the attack we still have to block. Stomp, okay. Only one more card in hand, so they are still far off Overwash. These don't have a haste creature. Let me brainstorm. Where are my Pathway Exiles? Not there. Not there. Alright. Do I create a shark here? I feel like I have to be greedy. Another stomp. Okay, go to 7. Another island. I guess Supreme Verdict can be okay. Take the redraws away here. I hope they deploy the Bone Crusher. Still at 7. I could go for Path to Exile on the cycle here, but I don't know. It's not a given. Stick Sanctuary. Yeah, if they go now with Lava Dart, I think I have to force it. Alright, they'll let me block. It's great value. Wow. That's pretty damn good. Okay, okay. Becomes the target of an ability. No, only of a spell, but I don't want to Time Raveler it. That makes sense. So let's cash in the Supreme Verdict here. Is there something I want to put back on top? They have more creatures, probably the Archmage Charm. Like, this is at least a removal and card advantage in case nothing happens, so I think Inventory is too greedy, and Supreme Verdict, I'm not sure. They already used to most of their creatures, I guess. Gutshot, sure. Take 1. Light up the stage. Teferi. So 1 card against Archmage Charm. Still away from Overwash. Alright, they know what we draw. Hope that we can finally draw into some Pathway Exiles plus maybe Snapcaster Mage or something like that. Okay, make a land drop. 1 card in hand. Recycle. Or redraw. 2 cards in hand. So if they have double bolt, we die, but take my chances here. Great. Now there's the payoff with Frantic Inventory, I guess. We have the Snapcaster Mage now and flood out like the champs that we are. Guess I simply put back Frantic Inventory now. Hope to survive with Snapcaster here. Maybe they have redrawn some lands or something like that. Exquisite Firecraft. And they are going deep in their main deck. There's nothing I can do against that, I guess. That is really brutal. Time Raveler. I have to hold up my counters. Don't know how many Firecrafts they run, but yeah, great. I can't stop this. Can't stop this at all. Else we would have stabilized. This is the difference in running Uro and don't running Uro. The life gain. Well then, the sideboard it becomes better, I guess. I didn't see any Spell Snare targets really. Still win with inventory. I like Force to keep up pace. Jaces don't seem too great. Pro of Dominaria. Sometimes they run Shrine of Burning Rage, so I still need some ways to deal with that. Oh man, Exquisite Firecraft in the main deck. Yay. So with so much spot removal, maybe we don't need the Supreme Verdicts anymore. Yeah, slow for sure. Also Arc Ward with Baneslayer. And then I guess just go for these as our finishers. We'll go the Teferi. I mean, we have so much card draw with the Frantic Inventories that we don't need all these clunky win conditions. Just have to stay alive here somehow. Well, can at least cast 3 removal spells here and can cycle the Shark Typhoon, so I keep that on this note. Want to path on one though. Should turn back. See if they go to combat right away. Just pass priority for now. See if they cast something. They don't. Okay, it's interesting. Another Blister Coil. Sure. It's fine. To take too much damage here, so let's just ship the turn back for now. They missed the land drop, so don't have a blazing fast start here. Want to path to Exile here, so it's fine. Take 1 damage. This time we have more life gain in the deck. Soulscar Mage, sure. The Aether Gust still for Blood Moon or something. This. Cryptic are awkward. Okay, now they have the land drop anyways. Now they have all the mana in the world. So they can make use of Firebolt again. Seems they really planned against us. Missing the land drop. Running a Path to Exile deck against them. It's really awkward. Covered art. Sure. Oh man, I can't force that. This is extra punishing now. Very strong hits. I need life gain now. Oh. The heck happened? Return to game. At least we have the next land drop. And the Baneslayer. I think we go with the Baneslayer now and hope that it survives. They put the Blister Coil on the bottom, so here goes nothing. Baneslayer, go. Still 4 cards in hand. 5 mana, 3 cards. Soulscar Mage, yep. Yep. 1 card. 1 card. What is your card? Okay. Block. There's a Lightning Bolt to target the Baneslayer. Then I instance force this. It's a Lava Dart. Yeah, definitely force this. Go away. Your nonsense. We gain 5, take 2. The question is, wow. Still have a mutagenic growth. God. And Obosh in hand. And we just don't have anything. They're getting slaughtered here. Probably a matchup where you need Core Firewalker or something. No, we die against the Obosh. There's no coming back. We don't have Supreme Verdict. GG's. Alright, match 3. Here we go. Mana again, pretty bad. Mulligan. Not the best hand, but at least we have mana. So bottom a Jace, I guess. Funny how the 2-mana deck is affected by Field of Ruins so much. Okay. Now the typical wait here. If we go by his name, this is probably a control mirror. Takes a mulligan to 5, alright. Yeah, this is a mirror, and we draw more lands. Well, it's not the worst, but still need some more business here. Misty, okay. Sultai or banned? Okay, it's banned. Stoneforge, no one likes you. And of course we don't find counter spell here, just an other land drop. The force is at least nice. Put Mana Leak back on top. We want to. It's still awkward. Oh. People still running Ice Fang, I guess. Want to draw something else? No. Something better than Path at least. Yeah. Now he has Uro mana. Right, this is the third island for the Ice Fang. Both players just say draw go. Two. Sure. Maybe he will field anyways now, so it's worthless, but hopefully he also has some Path to Exiles in hand. Yeah. That's what I feared. So he has definitely another counter spell. Sanctuary. The Mana Leak. Alright. Okay. Yeah, definitely has drawn better than we did. It's the mana advantage now. Second Sanctuary. So Mana Leak in hand, 2 unknowns. And one of the unknowns is an Uro. Yeah. It's the Archmage Charm here. Okay, so he has Archmage Charm and Mana Leak in hand. So if he doesn't rip a bomb next turn, we still have a chance. These don't have a Cryptic in hand. Oh, he wants to draw first. Yeah, let's hardcast that now, like. Can cash in his Mana Leak here. Can still cast a Cryptic, unfortunately, because we rammed him. Alright, wow. Nice. And then we draw the Mana Leak and a Path to Exile. There is a lot going against us in this game. That is really brutal. It's the Stoneforge with a buttload of mana. don't think he runs 3 sanctuaries, right? So man, it's really bad that we didn't draw a single Frantic Inventory so far. No snaps, no opts, only this one Jace from the beginning. Nothing else here. He has more threats in the deck. Bottom. 2 lands. Curse. Can't use Mystic Sanctuary because he has Field of Ruin open. Now he just waits till he has the counter wall up to drop the Better Skull. But this game feels lost. Land drop, land drop, land drop. Never miss the land drops. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3, 6, 7, 10. Maybe he gathers some Path to Exiles now. We still have Supreme Verdicts in the deck. Comes the first inventory. Maybe we can chain some together. More Urus. Oh man. Cryptic. Okay. Snap. Okay. Maybe we can draw out of it, but doesn't feel very likely. This Ice Fang attacked us for 13 turns now. Only fetched once, or twice. Comes the Uro again. Then we enter a counter war we probably can't win. Two, three, 4, 5, 6. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. Just lets it happen. Another land drop for us. That is kind of useless here. Next turn I can't really counter it. Oh. Feels very bad. So I can only see us winning that if we resolve several Frantic Inventories. Let's draw the Archmage's Charm now and try to draw more cards. They have still the Better Skull in hand. They still have 4 other cards in hand. It would be a start. So 2 Urus are gone, and the 1 Cryptic is gone. So he probably has 1 more Cryptic. He has nearly all his Planeswalkers still in the deck. 3 Ice Fangs probably. Cash this in. Won't get better than that. Know that he still has a Mana Leak in hand. God. So Better Skull, Mana Leak, 2 unknowns. As well, fetch this one out. Inventories came way too late. So we can block now at least. I probably have a path to exile, like, let's not gonna lie here. So Better Skull, Mana Leak. Two unknowns. Yeah, one is a path to exile, alright. It's fine. Yes. Oh. Draw card. Mana Leak. They have a Mana Leak, so they win here because we take this 3 damage. Or they Mana Leak the path, whatever. Wow, okay. I mean, they can equip the Germ next turn, but this gives us a window to maybe draw a Teferi or something. Or like a Cryptic. Hmm. Draw your Jace. Yeah. Well, we can maybe attack the Jace down. Logic not gonna cut it. Maybe I tried to resolve my Jace too early. But in the end, they drew 6 more cards, or yeah, made more card advantage between Uro and all their stuff. So that's the main difference here. Aether Gust, Ashioks. That out, bring that out, down. Yeah, Shark Typhoon is still fine. Spell Snare is fine, Flusterstorm is good. 1 Ashiok is enough. What is the last cut here? Maybe a Cryptic? Because most of the other cards are better. And cut 1 Aether Gust. Alright, the path is very bad. We still need a few Path to Exiles to deal with Uro. As well as with Stoneforge, but yeah. Excited. Sand. I think that with Stoneforge in the deck you are certainly ahead in this matchup. Maybe I should get better playing her. Doesn't have 1 in hand, alright. All these colorless lands here. It's begins. It's tough to deal with. I path him now, I ramp him ahead, and my hand is really shitty. If I don't path, he sneaks in the sword, but then we can still path the target, I guess. Charm. His mana is still a little bit awkward. He needs another white source to get the Stoneforge going right. So let's drop a bit of ruin here. Okay, still no white source. And of course use Field of Ruin to get it. Right. It's interesting. No game actions here. Does not attack with it. Man, stop drawing so many lands. See, okay. Given him the mana here, but still. Probably an Ice Fang, I would have to guess. Okay. It's fine. Now he can't Field of Ruin us here anymore, so we can pick the Archmage Charm back on top. Planes. Well, he's still ahead on cards, so this is an Uro. Not sure. Sure. We still have to be careful about an Ice Fang, so. Okay, Snapcaster Mage. It should turn back. Oh, it's 7 against 7 again. Sure. Use our Snap now. Have Mana Leak and Spell Snare. Then we have still 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. No, we don't use this yet. It's fine. So we can Snap, Archmage Charm, Mana Leak, and Spell Snare all in one turn. So I guess that's fine here. Right. Has more cards now. So he will drop something big here, probably. Ashiok. Might as well use the Snap in response, because else we lose him anyways. Or the value. So, Archmage Charm, I guess. Do I want the Opt on top? Probably better than a random card, right? Okay. Lost one Frantic Inventory here. It's fine. Play something after all. Here. Time Raveler. Counter. And we don't have a force here in hand. That is the fortunate reality. Yeah, can't Spell Snare now. Fuck. Just a Jace and a Time Raveler here. Probably has an Ice Fang now, and then equips the sword, and then we lose from there. Might also have Planeswalker, or more Planeswalkers now. Yep. Okay, now we can play an Uru. Yeah, like I feared it. That is a chance. He still has this Uro. Let's try and get the germ out of the way. Then we can maybe kill both planeswalkers. Yeah, but I think all in all I will attack the Teferi in case he has a path to exile, like the Teferi has to die. The Ashiok is nice and all, but getting the Teferi off the table is more important, I think. Yeah, he has a path to exile. As expected. Yeah, I think I will jam here now. Okay, doesn't have a force, that is very nice. But we have a force now. Right. Tap, untap. 5 mana up. So we can Aether Gust, Spell Snare, and Force. Oh man, double Teferi. These cards are laughing. Counter draw, I guess. Have to. The snap. It's the Veil of Summer. Can't fetch because of the Ashiok. Then he bounces the Shark. Okay. Force of his own. Major Charm. So this is countered. Spell Snare doesn't do anything here. It's so disappointing. Alright. One more Teferi to get on my nerves. And he still has 3 cards in hand. And gets back the Cryptic. Good lord. How to win this? How to win this? Good draw. Okay, time Raveler of my own. Away. Go away. Snapcaster Mage. Okay. So he draws the Cryptic here. Comes Uro. Can't answer our spells anymore, so go away, Uro. Aether Gust it. Puts it back on top. Makes sense. 5 mana for the Better Skull. He still can't fetch because of this Ashiok. And I don't have anything in the graveyard to deal with that here. So it has to resolve, right? I don't have anything I can do against that. Yeah, unfortunately not. So we might have to path to exile that. Then he goes off with the Uro again. So we have the other Mystic Sanctuary. No, it's out of the deck, unfortunately. Unfortunately, it is no longer in the deck. Only get rid of this Ashiok. Do we have still Hallowed Fountains in the deck? Yeah, we do. Exactly one. I should have waited for a Jace Brainstorm, but Shark Typhoon. There. Have one Cryptic in the bin. The second Cryptic is in the bin. We have a few more Snapcaster Mages. I'm looking for a Jace or something. Mystical Dispute. Logic Knot is good. Alright. I wonder if the Spell Snare will ever have text. Yes, it has. Finally. Finally a use for the Spell Snare. Good lord. Where's Spell Snare ever here? Turn 13. Alright, tap down the green source, so... that is still annoying because of the sword. But I don't think I can care here. I need my counter still. Jace is very good here. Let's not be greedy here. Let's just bounce this damn thing back from where it came. We have only 11 cards left in our deck, so we still have to win here. We don't have the hall anymore to loop. Comes Uro. One, two. 5. I think the Frantic Inventories will do anything anymore. 2, 4, 5, 6. This is 6. Oh, I miscounted. Well, Mystical Dispute. Maybe we can find the Ashiok now. Plus Brainstorm. It's there it is. Right. It's out. Start milling him. This is my win condition now. Try to mill. Then we have to uptick Jace or something. Or we win with the clock. Either of those ways. Turn. Urus won't have text here. Still has a Stoneforge in hand and 2 unknowns. Right, that is fine. Yeah. I probably just should F6 here, just in case the clock comes into game. Right, nice Fang. Tick. Down tick. Attack. Turrets. Attacks. Most of our cards aren't doing anything anymore. That is the issue here. Let us go. Still Teferi here a few turns. Milled 4, so we can mill 12, so we can still out-mill him. Path to Exile. Away with your path. He still has a Stoneforge and 3 unknowns, but he can't fetch a white source here, so... Right, same target. On. Okay. Three draws, we can mill 8 more. So we should win. Especially since he still has Ice Fangs in the deck or something. That's fine. Bounce. Mill. Draws 1, then we mill, and then we win. So we are not allowed to use the Teferi here. I mean, we can use it and then tuck himself, so we can still take the last card, which is probably Inventory. Okay, or Shark Typhoon. Should have hardcasted that. Stupid me. Could kill us with Archmage Charm, but apparently he doesn't have that. Okay, tuck Teferi. Mill you. F6. 50 seconds against 2 minutes 30 to win the next match. So I think I bring in all the removal because that is the quickest way for him to win. Bring in Rest in Peace to stop Urus or something. Like if he wants to win in 50 seconds, that implies that he beats us down. So let's try it like that, I guess. Okay. Would have kept the sand and then just try to stall. Well then, see you back for round 4. Round 4, again on the play. Today have a lot of luck with that, but only one land, no cantrip. I like this hand. If we would be on the draw, then I would risk it, but let's try not to be too greedy here. I like that. Alright, let's go with that. Let's see what we play against. The Shadow again, okay. I played against this yesterday already. Let's hold up Mana Leak here. Right. Or at least I guess it's Death Shadow. I mean, I don't know it yet, but Mishra's Bauble is usually played by those decks. I think they play Lurrus in their main deck nowadays. Okay. Okay. At least they don't have counter spells, so... okay, interesting. Absa and Death Shadow or something. Let's Mana Leak that. Now we are drawing all the Shark Typhoons here. Hope we get some breathing room. Another Stoneforge. Do we Archmage Charm that? Or maybe. If they play now Inquisition, they don't have any good targets here. Oh, well, I guess they get a target. Mana Leak's still fine. So we prevented their first two threats. Let's see. It's from Forest, yeah, okay. Yep, and Triumph. Feast and Famine Hardcast. Guess we can Mana Leak that as well. That is what always happens to me too. You have two Stoneforges and then draw Feast and Famine naturally. So there you go. Let's try and draw a Jace or something to put this game away. Snap is also not bad here. Means the next land drop would enable Archmage's Charm. Draw our first inventory. If they don't have Scavenging Ooze, then inventory can be pretty strong. Let's see what the next play is. Okay. Nothing. I guess we start with the inventory here. Alright, 5th land drop. Now we can always put Shark Typhoon on top if we want to. They didn't play anything last turn, so... Okay. Do we try to counter this again? This is the 3rd Stoneforge already. It's really awkward. Maybe I'm greedy and just let them have this at this point, like... Sure. Go for your better skull. Here comes Liliana. Don't want to give them mana for a Tarmogoyf or something here, so... Right, come on, no Jace, okay. Okay, here comes the Tarmogoyf, so counter that. Do we have to counter that? Can't we wait for a Path to Exile? Like, we have so many removal spells still in the deck that I feel like wasting the Archmage's Charm here is not that hot. Let's grab a White Source for maybe a Supreme Verdict or something. Sure, it's fine. So Better Skull and one unknown in hand. Hope we don't get punished for my lines, but we have all the Planeswalkers still, and the removal in the deck. Of course, then I don't draw anything. Also still have Cryptic in the deck. Come on, give me something here. There. Too late. Now we have to block. Damn you, deck. Damn you. Draw these spells in the wrong order. Now, at least we can fetch out Sanctuary so that Thoughtseize won't get us. Sure. Sure. Look here, don't care about 4 damage. It's not for now. Just the last card, nothing, okay. Let's attack. Plains, blue, white, Supreme Verdict. They replay the Better Skull, we can still force it. Yes. Alright. And it costs 5 mana, so it is literally the entire turn. Can put an Archmage Charm back on top, I guess. Liliana. Sure, I think I don't care about that. I was thinking that they might have a Lingering Souls or something, but maybe that's not right. Charm on top. Yes, draw. Jace. Storm. Jace usually wins against Liliana. Right. Do we want to put on top? Maybe another Archmage Charm is actually nice. Can just draw a few cards. We have a removal among the top 3 cards, so I think we are fine here. Right. Start with a plus, we just draw a few. We still have Force to deal with the Better Skull. the snap right now. Fatal Push. Traverse. Okay. Probably a Tarmogoyf or something. Lurus. That is ugly. Okay, didn't expect that. I was talking about this in the beginning of the game. Now they have it. Alright. See. Second from the top. So they replay the Lurus. Let's get rid of the Goy for now. It's the spec, then they have to decide what they want to play. And man, this game is suddenly slipping away. Maybe I should have forced this verse. See, Lurus, Better Skull, one unknown in hand. Okay, path to exile, so Lurus or Better Skull. Choose the Better Skull. Right, so Lurus, Goyf on top, Liliana Ultimate. Take inventory. Alright, let's draw a few. Verdict, Force of Negation. Right, Time Raveler and a Cryptic. That is exactly what we wanted. Draw. We know what they have. They have Lurus and Goyf. So let them deploy everything. Supreme Verdict is away and go from there. Sure. Okay. Another equipment. Yes, okay. They're going deep. Wow, that was an insane draw. Alright. Just chip the turn here for now. Don't need the Teferi right away. So Goyf, Liliana, Sword, and one unknown. It's the Goyf. It's fine. Alright. Now the hand is full again. Now I think we can safely go for ultimate here. Sure. Teferi. Plus. Play the island. Exile the Goyf. Ship the turn. I have to be careful not to mill out. We know nothing about their hand right now. Yeah, probably pick Force. It's Lurus. Snapcaster. Archmage Charm. Counter the cat. Just the second one, actually. Right. That. Draw here. That. Attack. It's the snap. Should turn back. Right. Now they just play the clock here, I guess. Don't think it will matter in the end. Turn. Right, go away, Goif. No one likes you. Next turn we have ultimate, and then go from there. So they have lingering souls after all. Interesting. I've seen a lot of cards from the deck. Are they running a very low land count, or how do they squeeze everything into their deck? That's really interesting. That is really interesting. Right, next turn we have ultimate. Can keep that. Get the emblem. Plus here. Attack. Draws a path to exile, so he has one unknown. With a creature, we just exile it. Then we exile his library, so at most he has 2 cards in hand, and then we win from there. So can't win anymore. Sure. Don't even want to draw with the opts. Sure. 6. Save some time here. Alright, F6. Go. So they have Liliana, Force, Celestial Purge, and Lurus as a target. Nothing else really. Supreme Verdict seems okay because they have Lingering Souls. If we make a medium-sized Shark, we can block the Souls tokens, so I think Shark Typhoon is still okay. I like Spell Snare. The Frantic Inventories were really good. Still think we need some mana leaks. I also like Force to deal with Lingering Souls, but maybe 2 are enough. And I don't think Baneslayer is that great. I mean, Goyf can outsize it, but they don't have several Tarmogoyfs. Baneslayer still wins. Aether Gust is only there for Goyf. It's a little bit narrow. Ashiok is a little bit narrow without Uro in the deck. Could make an argument for Rest in Peace. Then they only have Liliana and Stoneforge. So they have 2 swords and a better skull. All of those things are scary, with Lingering Souls especially. That is removal. They also have Lurus. All of this is scary, but Rest in Peace beats our own inventory plan here, and I feel like this is very necessary. We can board out 1 Teferi. Out the Force. So he had Fatal Push, Path to Exile, Inquisition, Tarmogoyf, Stoneforge Mystic Lurus with Baubles, and Liliana. So if all of those are 4-offs, kind of, and these are nearly 30 cards, I guess, plus 23 lands or something, then he has still some wild cards, maybe some Thoughtseizes. And Lingering Souls. Lurus, Bauble, Goyf, Stoneforge Mystic, Inquisition, Push, Path, Liliana are 8 cards. 8 times 4. We only had 32 plus 2 swords and the Better Skull, 35. 22 lands, 57, maybe 23, then we are at 58, and then 2 something. There, the Assassin's Trophies, right? So I hope I got most of his deck down. Post sideboard, they maybe bring in chokes or trackers. I guess against our decks, even a Thrun is good. Alright, the hand seems okay. Lacks maybe a mana leak, but at least we can cast most of the stuff here. Guess they pick Path to Exile now. So they probably don't run Scavenging Ooze or anything. Spell Snare is a fantastic draw. Still want an Hallowed Fountain here. Okay, no white mana. Spell Bomb, okay, that is annoying. Stops the inventories from being very good. And they become mediocre. Okay, Mr. Landrop, so I expect him to use the Spell Bomb. Do we have to cycle the inventory then? Can maybe hold on to it. Not in a rush here yet. Wow, he doesn't crack it. That is really greedy. That is really greedy. Good for him that he found the land drop after all. Whale of Summer. Gosh. He's going deep. Right. As much as I like Sanctuary, I think I need a white source for Supreme Verdict. Maybe that is wrong. Maybe that is wrong. But the Sanctuary... Yeah, we have to pick a blue source in order to drop Teferi. So... Okay, pick the plains. Let's pick up the path. Alright. Still can't play the sword and equip it, so... Okay, the inventory. Us. Oh, don't have an Assassin's Trophy as well. Whew. Someone has everything. Okay, that is a tough game now. That is very brutal here. Guess we hardcast the Shark Typhoon next turn and go from there. Like, what else are we gonna do? Definitely dropping the Shark Typhoon now. Then we just try and use it over and over and over again. Can equip now, play maybe a removal, okay. Kind of plays into Supreme Verdict. I still trade here, like, okay. 6. Drop the hall. Cast this. And just hope the Supreme Verdict next turn. Kind of beats the purpose of the Shark Typhoon, but I think that's fine. Pitch the plains here. Don't need more mana. think now we pitch even the Supreme Verdict, like he has only one big spirit every turn. Right, let's go. Now I need some card advantage here. Don't want him to pick up more swords, so 2, 4, 6. Let's. He has a planeswalker of his own, and no, he doesn't. Okay, then let's eat out our own graveyard just in case. The planeswalker out of our graveyard in case he has a Tarmogoyf or something. And of course, I should have paid more for a very big shark, but the 6/6 is still great. So just noticed this is a pretty nice combo here. Whatever spell we draw gets pretty big. The shark, but yeah, should have drawn something bigger. Well, guess if something goes wrong, we can use the Supreme Verdict. Yep. Triple block. Please don't have a removal for the big shark. Right. Keep one flyer. Okay. Come on, give me a Jace or something. Right. Or another Shark Typhoon. Cryptic Command. That is great. Two, 4, 2, 3. It's fine. Because with Cryptic we can create a 4/4, so that's pretty decent. Counter. We can counter draw, right? Like, we can counterbounce the Sanctuary. Prepare another big logic knot. Yeah, seems loose. I just counter draw here. Try to find more planeswalkers. More frantic search. Or a Mystic Sanctuary, alright. So the sword doesn't do anything anymore. Till he finds removal for his shark. Maybe now is a fine turn to Supreme Verdict here, actually. Maybe not. We will not die if we play something. We still have a path to exile. Only forced through a few points of damage. It's no big deal. Alright, pick up the Cryptic. Ship back the turn. Okay. Return you, draw a card, I guess. Create another 4/4. Up the Sanctuary. Put Cryptic back on top. Let's attack for 1. Sure. If we find another Shark Typhoon, we probably win. Because of the nice haul here. Traverse. Alright, this finds Allurus at worst. We still have Supreme Verdict to clean up, followed by a Cryptic Command, so still okay, still okay. Gadocteek. That's also still okay. Interesting. I like this addition to the deck. Yes. So he drew another sword. That is the evil sword. Guess we take the damage, but I don't want to. But we can't play anything else if we don't get rid of this Gadocteek. So yeah, we have to suck it up. We have to suck it up. This other sword is really gruesome. Very good top deck of him here. Then he deals 7 and redraws a card. And untaps, of course. Oh god. Gets rid of the Cryptic. Our inventories are now bad. He got rid of a Shark Typhoon. Okay. Okay, he ripped insanely good. Let's try and kill this Ashiok at least. Where are our Jaces? Okay, lost 1, lost another Frantic Inventory, lost a Snapcaster Mage. Big Teferi is also gone, so only this one Jace left in the deck. That is a fine draw. Create a 2/2 here. Hope he doesn't rip more Lingering Souls. We didn't play a blue or black card, so I don't think Whale does anything. Exactly. Yeah, ship the turn. Let's draw some. The Shark Typhoon, that is probably game over now. Yeah, this Shark Typhoon was the game decider here. But our opponent did draw well, so it's not anymore. Now there's the Jace as well. This is lethal. Go, my sharks. Eat his flesh. Here we go. Alright, see you back for match number 5. Alright, match number 5. Sure. Could be anything with this hand. Still have to see what we play against, but enough land drops here. Spell Snare and Inventory, as well as Shark Typhoon that cycles, so alright, Spell Snare doesn't have text, Shark Typhoon looks awful. Can only cycle the inventory now. Oh man. Draw the Field of Ruins here, really bad. Please don't Blood Moon me. Yeah, let's try and rip at least maybe a Force or something. Logic not. I wanted the basic planes in case he drops a Blood Moon later, so that I can at least remove if it's a Magus of the Moon, but yeah, then we draw the double blue spell here and get instantly punished. No, I can't. Logic not like a Chandra or something. Oh. Bloodbraid Elf, okay, then it doesn't matter that much. Into Season Pyro, so... Yeah. Just pillage and another land, alright. My hand doesn't do anything here. I probably have to fetch Shock because I need a Supreme Verdict in my future. At least cycle here again for 2, doing this a lot here. Time Raveler. What to bounce? What to bounce? Takes 6. Can't even counter anything. I need another blue source for this stuff here. And again, I probably need a Supreme Verdict, as I mentioned. This is all too late now. This one pillage sets us back so much. But this was the game deciding turn. Okay, he missed the attack. Weird. I don't think it will matter, but... Blood Moon me. Yep. Don't have any more blue mana. So my hand is dead here. Might as well concede. Okay. Aether Gust, Baneslayer, Celestial Purge. Not a fan of Jace in this matchup. Prairie is okay. 2 sharks probably. Archmage Charm is too ambitious. Spell Snare sucks. Guess that's mostly it. We can cut one Teferi, but they are still nice against Bloodbraid Elf and to bounce the Clothes. Like Cryptic, but cut one. Right, we have the Baneslayer already, but with this hand again we hope that he doesn't have Pillage. We are fine against Blood Moon. Most spells here have some interaction. Can remove a Blood Moon this time. Past that path. Yeah. Would feel better if we have like an Aether Gust in hand, but it is what it is. Let's see how great the Baneslayers will be, or if we even can reach them. They go with the Pillage again. We're probably dead unless we rip a Force. Even that sucks. 2 mana. Now you have a 2 mana spell when my Spell Snare is out of the deck. Okay. Okay, I guess. Let's pick the basic. Cycle this now. Try to hit the land drops. Supreme Verdict. Not good yet. Where are my land drops? Where are my land drops? More mana. Great Elf. Right, into the Bone Crusher Giant. No. Kind of want to ramp ahead here. So that we can drop the Baneslayer if we get the next top deck land drop. Don't know if he has double bolt or something like that, but it's greedy because we could also just deal with this board, but I think I want my Baneslayer. Of course, we don't draw the land. Should have maybe used Supreme Verdict here. Well, take 10, go to 8. Is that what we are doing here? Yeah, we probably have to. Doesn't feel great, but with the Baneslayer we can maybe catch up on life totals again. Don't care about the Blood Moon anymore. I can only hope that he doesn't have a choke as well. Come on, play a little bit faster, man. I don't have game actions here. Press F6. 5 minutes ahead here. We are not the aggro deck. Alright, do your worst. Yep. Now Chandra Torch is scary because she can kill the Baneslayer alongside a bolt or something. At least he lost another Chandra. Could also be dead to a bolt now. So here you go. Maybe taking the 10 damage was too much in this one turn. Two paths to exiles. We could stay alive against creatures at least if he doesn't have the bolt here. Yep. I use slow rolling it. Three mana. Village or what? That is fine. 3 red. Have another Blood Moon. Yes, the Stomp again. This is what I meant in the deck description. These are the turns where you lose the Baneslayer, and now he has this Chandra. Now I need a Snapcaster Mage to deal with that. And he still has this Bone Crusher. And instead we draw the Field of Ruin, so I feel like conceding here. Well, just another 3-2 in the end. I put the Baneslayers in the deck and still lose to Ponzar, so it's probably not correct to run them and just throw them out of the deck. Yeah, made a 3-2 in the end. It was okay. The Shark Typhoon was nice in the game where we hard casted it. But I don't think the deck is better than the Absent deck, to be honest. I didn't really see the upside. I think Frantic Inventory, if all goes well, sure, it's nice, but even in the Stoneforge Mirror or against Bend, where we could have make use out of it, it mostly came down again to Teferi and Uro dominating the late game or the early game, so I think Frantic Inventory is just too cute. It doesn't seem really that great or not that much better than the actual Stoneforge package, to be honest. It doesn't really solve any issues that blue-white has, like the deck doesn't have issues grinding out the late game. That is not the weakness of blue-white. The weakness is either to survive the early game, like against Ponzar, or the Prowess deck, where they put a lot of pressure in the early turns on you, and you can't really get out of this high pressure phase. So I think these inventories are not good enough. The rest of the deck was okay as always. The Shark Typhoons were okay, but if the matchup is fast, most of the times they are just a redraw. That is still fine, because it scales with the board state, so if it's a late game and you draw it, it's a great finisher. If it's early, you can at least cycle it, and if it's mid-game, you can at least create an uncounterable shark in between turns if nothing else happens, so I think that is okay. I don't know if you really need 3 copies. Also, the Hall of Heliod never really came into play, so maybe it's too cute. Like, it's another card that helps you to put your finisher back on top in late games or in very grindy games that go long, right? But again, this is not an... Like, what games do really go long? Mostly blue-white mirrors or control mirrors, right? And then they have a Field of Ruins, and sure, then you have this sub-game where you might use your Field of Ruins on their Field of Ruins, but if they keep their Field of Ruin in hand for when you have the Generosity, then you can get 1 activation out of it for maybe a Shark Typhoon. Then they might just bounce the token, path it, whatever, like it's not automatically game over. If you want to resolve it, it's a 6-drop, so that even activates their mana leaks most of the times, I would guess, so it isn't that convincing in most of the scenarios, so I think this is also wrong to run, and you should rather run more Field of Ruins like this. And then the question is, like, if we find 2 cuts, we could simply run Stoneforge Mystic. That would solve some problems against Ponzar or whatnot. I think that Better Skull is a little bit more foolproof than Baneslayer. I don't know how much Supreme Verdicts you really need. Like, this could be the Better Skull, and then some other cut here, maybe the Oust, and this is the Stoneforge package, and probably the whole Stoneforge deck. Is it good and or better than Sultai Control? I'm not so sure. What I also didn't like is the Rest in Peace. It's at least not with Frantic Inventory and Snapcaster Mage and Mystic Sanctuary in the deck. This hurts ourselves too much. I think Soul Guide Lantern would be the next best replacement if we just aim to bring it in against Dredge. But Soul Guide can at least also be used for Uro matchups, something like that. The Baneslayers fly out. Was not convinced by them. It's funny how 5 toughness is so much more squishy than 6 actually. If she had 6 toughness, I think we would have won there. But yeah, just put the Stoneforge package in the deck, and then we still have 2 sideboard slots. Since we have Better Skull, we probably won't need the Baneslayers anymore. Then we could run something else to shore up maybe bad matchups, maybe move 1 Supreme Verdict to the sideboard. Sort of Feast. Feast and Famine, like that. I think that deck configuration is fine. Could still see maybe cutting an Archmage a Charm or the 2nd Supreme Verdict for an Oust or something like that. That is up in the air because it feels now like the curve is pretty high. I mean, Shark Typhoon can just recycle, so the deck would look like this. A little bit more proactive then. I think this is a fine setup, but yeah, I don't really have that much luck with Stoneforge, so I think my heart right now is more in the Sultai control, honestly. Simply because I like the black removal spells here. There are not a lot of matchups where I really want Path to Exile over Fatal Push. I like Cling to Dust as a cheap interaction spell, so maybe I concentrate a little bit more on tweaking this deck. Because Uro is so powerful, and I think if we would have Uro in the deck in game 1 against the Prowess deck, where we lost against 2 of these Exquisite Firecrafts, with an Uro in the deck, or even Cling to Dust, simply anything that gains us 3 life, I think we would have won this game. So I like this deck list a little bit more, tweak the mana base a little bit, and then it will run very nicely, I think. And if I would run blue-white right now, I think I would run a Stoneforge package. Not so sure about Miracles. I think straight blue-white is lacking something. Maybe you have to run Wall of Omens after all, taking pressure off yourself or something like that, but yeah, I'm not so sure. I have to wait and see what other players find out and how they perform, but I think right now this deck might be better positioned than straight blue-white control, and I even think that just a straight Uro deck with Abrupt Decay, Assassin's Trophy, Fatal Push, and Veil of Summer in the sideboard seems better, and at least the Sultai has a 6/6 Baneslayer, so, well, there you go. Anyways, thanks for watching this league. I have to think more about my Sultai deck and maybe run the Stoneforge deck once to see how that feels. There was also a nice suggestion in my Sultai video for tweaking the mana base. I liked it. I think Mr. Space Marine has commented like always, and I really like the idea of his mana base. Feels pretty smooth. Some ideas that I mentioned in the last video with the 2nd basic forest and stuff like that. It's very cool. I also think that the Triumph makes the mana very good. And yeah, anyways, let's end it here. I hope you enjoyed this one, and see you back next time. Have a great day. Bye bye.